Merry Christmas to you from the American Family Radio Network, talk side at least. Kevin McCullough coming to you from an alternate location. We are not in our normal studio, but we're glad to be with you just the same, and so excited to be thinking about this Christmas season, what we can do to make the Christmas of someone very, very special. And by that, what I mean is literally going above and beyond what we think about in terms of our family and our kids and our household, and going around the world and seeing the lives of people that are, particularly in India, the ones that are labeled untouchable, and to give them a bit of encouragement this year that is just almost the impact it makes is almost incommunicable. It's almost impossible to describe how much some of these gifts actually account for change and encouragement in their life. And someone that knows a little bit about this is Devin Patrick of American Family Association, and he's here with us. Hi, Devin.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks for being with us, first of all. Gospel for Asia and the Critter campaign is significant in your mind for what reason?
Well, I'm excited to be with you today because this really is one of the passions of my heart. About 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to go to India and see the work that Gospel for Asia was doing. The small villages that they were putting in what they call Jesus wells. One of the big problems in India is fresh water. In fact, when we were there, we had to carry our bottles of water with us all of the time. And to see the work that they're doing and putting these wells in these communities that literally change these people's lives so that they do not catch the diseases that others might catch. To see the schools that they're putting on after school and in the afternoon, the programs that they have to educate the children. These children that you labeled as untouchables, oftentimes the biggest obstacle in their life is education. Because they're not seen as valuable, they don't receive education, so they don't even have the opportunity to make a better life for themselves or their future families. And Gospel for Asia is doing a great work there in India. Was privileged to be able to see what they're doing and see those children. And once you see the people and the impact that is being made, you can't help but fall in love with them.
No, I know exactly. I've never traveled to India, but I've traveled to other places on the planet, and I know exactly what you're saying. Let's talk about this. And by the way, if you want to contribute to the Gospel for Asia Christmas Critter campaign through AFR, go to afr.net and click on the big red button on in the middle of the homepage. It'll take you right to actually the catalog. And this is one of my favorite catalogs to look at each year because I see things in here, Devin, that I don't see anywhere else. I've never once seen an American catalog anywhere the words water buffalo and a price following it. But a couple of years ago for the Christmas Critter campaign, my family and I did a water buffalo. And mostly because, we had some VeggieTales issues in our house, and the water buffalo are kind of important in the VeggieTales. But all kidding aside, these animals and these agricultural resources that are available through the button on afr.net are really invaluable to the family. And I want you to talk us through why a pair of chickens or a goat or a water buffalo does make a difference in the life of one of these folks.
Well, one of the families that we got to meet while we were in India, the child was part of their education program. And through this Critter campaign, someone had given a pair of goats. And so this pair of goats was given to this family, not a Christian family, but a family that they were helping along. Those pair of goats then, not only were they able to sell the milk, but they had little goats. And so when the family came, they had their 4 goats with them and were so excited to tell us about what this had meant to their family, the simple thing of being able to sell the milk, and they were looking forward to their little herd growing each year. And one of the things that I like to tell people, though, you look through this catalog and there's all the different animals, the sewing machines, the water filters, the things that you can give, whatever it is that, like you said, strikes a chord with you and your family. But one of the things that I like to point out to people is having an opportunity to go back and work in India beyond that then. When you give this gift, you are giving a pastor that is dedicated his life to working in a community. And one of the things I think rather unique to the Christian faith is we're commanded to help other humans, our brothers and sisters, whether they be Christian or not. We are commanded to help them. And that's what these pastors have dedicated their lives to in the community. Many of them work without any fanfare, any reward, in fact, a lot of persecution. And when Gospel for Asia is able to say, here, we have this goat that you can give to a couple in your community, that is an extreme encouragement to those local pastors. They now know they're not there alone. They're not out there forging the way in this community and no one else cares. Now, they know that they have Gospel for Asia behind them, but when you allow them to give this to someone in their community, you are also encouraging a local pastor that what he is doing has worth. And that is something that I think you can't put a price on. That you're able to encourage the pastor and help the community at the same time.
It's pretty powerful stuff, friends. And as Devin is telling and encouraging us, I was continuing to look. And depending on what your budget is, and Devin, I love this because it's all inclusive. You got the ability to do a Jesus well, which you already heard Devin mention this, but these are fresh, clean waters that people are going to be able to then drink. Now, I just returned from Haiti earlier this week. The practical impact of clean water on a community, it's almost indescribable. The number of diseases that it staves off just having clean water, the number of people that are able to not die. You can't really put a value on it, but it costs about $1,000 to do one of these freshwater wells. That's the most expensive thing on the menu, I believe. But they've got an opportunity like this where you could do, for a gift of $21, you'll provide 7 Bibles for people that are in need of them. For $5, you can do a scholarship for a child to attend a Bible school there in their area. There are people that need mosquito nets and blankets that you can build an outdoor toilet that provides sanitation services for a family. These are all huge, huge in impact, but the dollar amounts range. They range from, whatever your budget can afford. Mosquito nets, for example, which will stave off malaria and other things. $40, you'll supply 4 of those mosquito nets. That's probably enough for most of one whole family to be protected from catching that disease in the middle of the night while they sleep.
Yeah, and I think, we don't think about a mosquito net being a huge lifesaver as such.
No, that's not true, Devin. I've been in Tupelo in the summertime, and I always bring my mosquito net because those Mississippi-sized mosquitoes, they are ruthless.
Yeah, but when you consider they live in the outside. The homes are not sealed like we have here.
No, that's true.
I mean, it's open air. Even when you get into what we would consider a middle-class type family, those that are even better off there, the homes are not sealed like they are here. The windows are open. So a mosquito net is a lifesaver. Again, like the wells, they provide protection for the family. And a well doesn't just provide water for a family. We think we have our own spigot in our house, but their A Jesus well supplies clean water for a whole village.
Right. And for those where they can't find the clean water, they also, because you have to have a source to be able to put the well in, they also have the biosand water filters, and these are incredible. I've seen these in operation. These biosand water filters, and these are portable versions for only $30 each. Right. These will allow a mom who has a polluted water source to take polluted water, run it through this filter, and give 98% plus clean water to the child that is thirsting. Gets rid of the disease-causing elements, gets rid of a lot of the pollution that's in it, and a whole ton of other things. There will people that will take some of this water and try to boil it and boil all the stuff out, but that doesn't remove the particulate. This gets rid of all of it, the germs and the particulate, and then the child has something pure. And it's funny when you give them a glass of this water, they look up at you and their eyes get all bright and they go, "Oh, mister, that's delicious water." And it's for many of them, the first time they've ever tasted water as God intended it to be tasted, which is good for them. So here's the thing. You heard Devin's story. He went, he saw this firsthand. Here at AFA, we have been encouraging you year after year to do this. You can give a barnyard bundle, which to me sounds like the buffet plate down at the cafe, because you get chicken, goat, lamb, and cow and pig all on. But they're actually raising them; they're not eating them. They'll eat them later, but they're raising them first. But that's 678. You give them all of those things. Devin, I got to think, one family gets a barnyard bundle, they're going to have the resources to then provide for their families for many, many years to come.
Yes, and the families there are much closer than the families that we think of here. So they often do have, several generations living together, and some families, it could require a barnyard bundle to keep the family viable.
But when you think about, friends, what we're talking about at price points, from $3 to supply a Bible to $1,000 to supply a well that gives clean water for an entire village, there's really nothing on this scale that every person listening couldn't say, I can do something. Now, last year the McCullough family did a water buffalo. This year we're going to do a Jesus well. So I want you, friends. I'm never going to ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do for myself. I want you to pick up the phone. I want you to get to afr.net. I want you to click the red button. I want you to make your gift, and I want you to feel what it feels like to give these things and to know that they make an eternal difference in the lives of those people. And Devin, talk to me just a little bit in the time we have left about the distribution process when they come in and they begin to deliver these gifts. What happens to the morale of the family and the community?
Yeah, the local pastor takes these into these households, and the criteria by which the families are chosen are they look at the needs of the family. Oftentimes, the children that they're already serving in their education system, and some are Christian, some are not, but all of them. The one thing that's universal is we all know when someone cares about us. And in order to impact someone's life, they have to know that you're sincere. And I just want to add one thing. The trip to India with Gospel for Asia and seeing the work that they're doing made such an impact in my life. That was one of the catalysts that I went back there and lived for a year and served there. And their outreach and ministry to those people was part of what put that burden on my heart and the love for those people. And the work they're doing is a good work. And like you said, they've put out this full catalog so that whether you have a little or whether you have a lot, you can do something to help these people that are in desperate need. And what greater way to actually help someone physically in their life and then know that translated into an eternal significance and another soul that spends eternity with Christ.
And when you think about it, friends, there's really, we in America, we need very little. So this Christmas season, if there was a way you could spend less on the people that don't need stuff and take a little bit of that and apply it towards one of these opportunities where you're giving to people that actually do need some of these things just for survival, I think God's going to bless that. In fact, I am confident that he will. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to first look at the catalog. That's at afr.net. Click the red button. There's also a phone number if for whatever reason you can't get through on the website or you're not going to be near the web today, which I don't even know how that is anymore because we take the web with us, don't we, everywhere? I think they want to put it on my watch now. No, stay out of my watch. I want my watch to be a timekeeper only. Call this number and talk to the person on the other end of the phone. It's 877-907-GOAT. And they didn't name that in honor of me. That's one of the things you can buy. 877-907-GOAT. That's 877-907-GOAT. I guess I just realized, Devin, some people may try to spell that G-O-T-E, which isn't a word, but some people may spell it that way. 877-907-GOAT. Or let me just give you the numbers. That's the easiest way. 877-907-4628. That's 877-907-4628. And there's even if you didn't know what to do and you just wanted to give a gift and you wanted to tell somebody else, hey, instead of getting you a gift this year, we did something in honor of you. You can give in honor cards. They've got those on the website, and you just add up your gift amount. You match up your honor cards. Everything that you want to do, you can do it all on AFR.net when you click the red button. But if you need some help, the phone number is available, 877-907-4628. If you'd like them to handle more of the actual inputting of the information, they can do that for you there. 877-907-4628. Now, Devin, I got to ask you, this year, what are you planning on delivering to a family in India? Because, and I know you can't physically take it, but what is the Patrick family looking forward to giving someone this year out of this catalog? Because I'm guessing that you have something picked out.
Well, I haven't actually been giving a specific item. I've just given continually to ministries that are in India.
So you're not pulling for Team Chicken or Team Goat or Team Water Buffalo.
I've given chickens and goats.
But which one is your favorite? I'm the
water
serious
buffalo. I like the water
Devin.
buffalo.
I'm trying to press you. Oh, okay, that was easy.
When I lived there, I lived on the fourth floor, a roof of a school building, where I watched the students come in every day. And as I was eating dinner, I had a herd of 12 water buffalo that came home every day down the street as I was eating dinner. So I would have to say the water buffalo is my favorite.
All right, Team Water Buffalo. We're all Team Water Buffalo here on AFA today. I'm Kevin McCullough, coming right back on AFR Talk.